Today I'm here with my big video on my Iron Legion. Now I've been working on this for ages now, it feels like, and I am going to run through all the figures I've made, some which you have not seen yet. So I will just start off with saying I did watch Iron Man 3 because it was released in England yesterday, and I watched it. I did enjoy parts of it, however I did find some of it, they did take apart some of the parts which made Iron Man. That did disappoint me a little bit. But other than that, it was a fairly good film, so yeah. So I'm going to run through the figures I've made. So I will start off with the Iron Patriot. Now, some of you guys have probably already seen this guy on my last video, so I will try and make this quick. This is the version 2 of Iron Patriot that I've made. He has a painted torso, painted arms, both sides, fully painted legs. Let me just show you that. Focus. Fully painted legs on either side as well. Really nice. Fully painted helmet with Rhodes inside. Custom weapon on the side, which has been custom made. And the front of it has been sanded down of an agent's torso. And both arms have been painted. Sorry if I rushed through that, guys, but I have reviewed this one before. Next up on my next up for Iron Man Legion or Iron Legion is Shotgun. Now this guy you haven't seen yet unless you look at my Flickr daily. This is a really nice figure in my opinion. This is the V2 of Shotgun as well. If you saw my first one, hold on, I'll just go and quickly get it. Right, so if you saw my first version of the Shotgun helmet, it looked like that. Hold on, focus. It looked like that. And as good as that was, I don't think it looks nearly as good as that helmet. The body was different, it's just the helmet I put it on there for safekeeping. But I think that helmet looks really nice, and it should have Tony Stark inside. So it looks really nice. You can see I outlined the mouthpiece for the shotgun, which I think turned out really great, and I just used the grey helmet for it. As for the body piece, it was completely custom painted. So this was the Knight torso, and I have been using that on a lot of my figures lately. And it was the minifigure Knight torso, which I just painted a darker grey. You can see all the detail there. Really nice. And also, you've got the painted arms. Not too much detail there. And the legs, which I think turned out really nice. Just how I wanted them to look. I think that figure turned out really, really nice. A lot better than I thought it would. So, yeah, that's Shotgun. He's cool. Next on my list, this is another new one that you guys haven't seen. I don't think anyway, which is the Red Snapper. I will just move that a little bit closer in. The Red Snapper, or Mark 35, if you're technical with the marks. Oh, and this was Mark 40 or Shotgun. So this was an interesting figure to make actually, and I knew just how I was going to do this from when I saw the picture. So the helmet, you may see, is It's being held on by blue tack because it's a little bit loose. It's custom painted and custom moulded actually, because if you see there, completely, and it's rock solid, it's not going to break or anything, but it's completely custom painted as well. I think I really captured the helmet of that. It does look really nice, and it connects in nicely to the armour. And if you look closely again, I've actually used the knight armour again, and of course I've cut off the edge because those bits stick out and it doesn't look accurate. I actually could do with another paint, another coat, because you can see through that. But you can also see all the wiring details. And on my original, the original torso I was using for this, I'd actually painted on the wires. Trouble is with the Lego arms, they scratch when you move them. So, but speaking of the arms, I have the robot arms, which I had to order in especially, which I painted red and left the little sort of wiring sort of parts. And if I just take off one of these arms, this is a cylinder piece which is being completely custom painted with a claw on the end. I think this figure turned out really, really nice. Really pleased with it. And the legs are completely custom painted as well. I haven't been painting the backs, so I probably will go through painting the backs eventually. So that is the red snapper or Mark 35. He's really nice. Right. Next up is the Deep Space suit. Now, I think this particular figure could do with some work, and it is not my favourite Iron Legion figure. Purely because I haven't got the armour on it. Yeah, I have, and it's kind of wonky sort of looking on the side there, but it looks nice. The helmet took ages to do because I had to get loads of paint jobs on that, and it's kind of bumpy as well. But yeah, it's also got the paint on the sides of the helmet, which does look kind of nice, but it also has the backpack for the jetpack and the painted arms, and the legs haven't changed since the last time I showed you. So yeah, this is the V2 of it again, but I think there may be a V3 of this guy, simply because I really am not pleased with how it turned out. I think it needs to be a bit of a redone. Also, I sprayed the top of the helmet and sort of painted it off gold, which I liked how that turned out actually. The helmet doesn't look too bad, it's the torso and stuff like that. And of course, if you open it up, there's nobody inside. Well, I need to get a Tony Stark head for it. Right, next up is one of my personal favourites that I have made so far, is the Silver Centurion armour. Now, this figure, by far, I think, looks so nice. By far is one of the best in the Iron Legion that I've made. Now, if you look carefully, this is actually the robot mech that you got in the minifigure series. I simply just sanded it down so it didn't have the front part on it, and I just painted on all the detail. And you can see it's all painted red to look like the Mark 33 suit or Silver Centurion. And the legs I really like how that looked. Really turned out nice. And the silver arms as well. And I think yeah, it's a blackhead. So, but if you take off the helmet, you can actually see more detail there. But the actual physical sanding down of the torso was really hard. I had to get a sander tool and sand it all the way down. But I think it really was worth it, and it turned out really, really nice. So I'll just give you a nice look at him. Really nice figure. And I think this is nearly one of the final ones that I'm going to show you today in the Iron Legion, is the Heartbreaker suit. Now, this took a lot of effort, this figure, simply because the amount of actual detail on it. If you look at that and compare it to the actual figure, I copied it exactly. So you just look there. Really, really nice. And the arms have been painted as well. I tried to match it into that, but I painted it separately from the thing, so it doesn't exactly match up. I didn't paint the legs or anything, do anything to them, because I think Lego did a good job on them. The helmet I did alter. I haven't painted the sides of the helmet because I don't really think it needs it. But you've noticed I used the Knight torso again, and on the back there's tons more paint to match the back. So if you look at the actual Heartbreaker torso as well, it matches it really nicely. So that's the Heartbreaker. So that's really nice. And I will show you the this figure that I've been working on in the Iron Legion. Well, not really the Iron Legion, from Iron Man 3. Small spoiler, you might want to skip forward. The Mandarin isn't really the main villain in Iron Man 3. It's more accurate Killian. So, looking back in that retrospectively, it's kind of not really important to make the Mandarin, but I still did anyway. So it only has 2 rings instead of 10. I was gonna do 10, but I thought I'd add just a clay bit on there, on each hand, and paint on the 2 symbols. And also added on some really nice glasses, and the hairpiece with like bits of grey, the beard, which I think turned out quite nice. That is the Mandarin. So, yeah, that's about it. I've also got the figures that you've already seen, which aren't in the Iron Legion, the Mark 5 and Mark 4, they're 2 others. But, oh yeah, and the suitcase. But I've actually made quite a lot of new figures for this review. I've also got the Mark 1, which has been updated, and it will be updated a lot more than this. I bought in some pieces, and I've actually got a new helmet for it, which is the Snowtroop helmet. That will be filled in for it. But other than new parts for it, it hasn't really changed. And also, you'll be pleased to hear, a new Hall of Armor will be made. And that's the prototype for the suits. Hold on, let me just get this guy in there. So you'll see lots more of them. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this review, and I hope you have liked the Iron Legion that I have made. So yeah, I may make some more suits. I haven't made all of them, but for now, this is the Iron Man 3 Iron Man Legion. If you guys watched the film, I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you next time. Goodbye. See you later.